probably the main thing you might notice on a vitals take would be respiratory rate's almost always going to be normal. If you have an elevated heart rate or a very low heart rate, lower heart rates are fairly typical in endurance athletes. They may have a heart rate of 45 or 55, which anything below 60 is considered abnormal technically, but in an endurance athlete it would not necessarily be the case. If they're asymptomatic, probably nothing to worry about. If someone has a high heart rate, that might be something to be a little bit concerned about that. Blood pressure as well, they'll have a range of blood pressure and that may change a little bit. And I have to check the forms that will be on that forms, but hypotension is going to be a very rare problem, and once again in some of the endurance athletes and other athletes their blood pressure will run low, but hypertension is something that needs to be followed up on. If we identify it now, it's very important that we be referred back to their primary care physician for a thorough evaluation. The other comment about blood pressure is you got to make sure that you're using the right size blood pressure cuffs. If you're using a really small blood pressure cuff on a large arm, sometimes that will give you a spurious elevation. So you want to make sure you're using the right size blood pressure cuff. And also make sure the person who's doing it has a lot of experience with it. People who are new to blood pressure measurements may not always get the right measurement, so you might want to defer, especially if you have a high measurement. You might want to call an experienced blood pressure person, a nurse who's done this for years, make sure the cuff is right, and repeat the blood pressure measurement. But if it's consistently elevated, they definitely need to be evaluated by their primary care physician.